We're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on second down. Rodgers, a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Check 99. 6 guys.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go. You tighten up. Go. Let's 57's right. Yo. 57.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here I come. 57. Go. Check.
Here's Murray from midfield. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeVal. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go. For the flag. 44. So we got man.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Ready. Have the ending. Check. You let's go. 5 on. Go, baby. 25.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in this.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And to give this time to the tailback. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check pass, check pass. Check 31, check 31.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Davante Adams, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Orbit.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Niners on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
All day, every day.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Zoom, zoom. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Shut up. 3 buzz, 3 buzz. Shut up.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 27, Murray. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Tackle.
2nd down, McKinnon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
Mike, 50 seconds.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. He finds McKinnon, complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Gold is able to put it through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Second down, Murray sets to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Number 50.
From the 38, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check, 59.
Now Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw again, Rodgers. That'll be complete to Breida. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Inside, blue 58. 59. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Shit.
Rodgers again now. And that's complete to Adams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
What you got, Heavy? Hey, Mike. Give me some. Give me some. Hey, where y'all going? Mike, check.
And again, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's our time.
To throw, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
On third down, Murray. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Taylor now returning it. Well, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Right here.
Now Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
On first down, here's Breida. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 9, check 9. Check 15.
They run again with Breida. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 59.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1st down, Murray. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Watch the edge. No, no, no. Off, off, off.
They run it with McKinnon. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Niners on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake. Murray. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Ready, go.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And some room to roam now. There goes Green. And he will have a touchdown.
Let's go.
And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Murray trying again after the pick 6. Gets this one to use check. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Oh, it's out. McKinnon fumbled it, and the defense has come up with it.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running out of the gun here, Breida. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Taylor, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
On 6.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go.
Out to the right, here's McKinnon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Ready. Mike, 44.
In your face.
Check 24. Wide. Get wide. Let it go.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
At the 5-yard line.
58. Check 56. Got one.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Londoners, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.